With us heading into the later part this year, and a big update coming later this August, let's look at some of the best suggestions. Starting off with this ambulance interiors, and wow, my gosh, do we need this in the game. Look how cool this is, and it looks like they've photoshopped here with the Fords in game, and this is incredible. I think everyone agrees that we need ambulance interiors. It would add so much to the EMS team, and it would just be one of the best interiors in game. And look at this suggestion here on what the interiors the ambulance could look like, and they could definitely add so much detail to this, and this would be incredible. And it seems like most people are saying to prioritize ambulance interiors instead of the civilian cars, which is very interesting, and I think I agree with that. I think I'd rather have a ambulance interior compared to more civilian interiors. So yeah, something like this would be so cool to see in game. Now, one of the recent most requested updates is this: vehicle partitions for the police and sheriff team with cage windows. And look at this, there is actually vehicle partitions here. So currently in game with the vehicle interiors on the law enforcement team, there is nothing separating the officers in the front. It would be great to actually have this in game to separate and provide safety for the officers. You can see the partition and also bars on the windows would just add more to the police vehicle interiors. You can see a different variant of the partition here, and oh my, this is incredible. Adding the new fictional RS6 to the police, sheriff and fire department team. Look at this vehicle. This is honestly one of my favorite vehicles, this new Audi. Look at it on all these different teams. And this would be great for European servers, adding a new European vehicle to the police team. And maybe even the fire department team, as you can see here. Oh my, that would be insane. Or even the EMS team. This is such a great vehicle in game. And I do hope it is added to more teams, since I think we need to show how good the vehicle really is. And a lot of servers would benefit from this, especially those European servers. Moving on, this is another great suggestion for the fire department team. Add a way to open the compartment with a fire truck, and this would be so cool if you could actually open the compartments and actually see the equipment inside the vehicle, and being able to grab it or put it back inside the vehicle would be so cool. This would be incredible for cinematics, roleplays and all sorts of stuff in erlc, and this is definitely one of those top suggestions, and a pretty cool one here. So with the new gun store we received in Springfield, we kind of received these UI screens, as you can see. However, you can't actually interact with these screens in the game, and it would be pretty cool if you could interact with them. You can change the distance of the targets, maybe make them moving targets. That would be incredible. Now, it would probably take some work, but I think it would be a cool feature to actually have in a game, adding some terrain or a statue in the middle of the roundabout. And yes, I discussed this the other day, and we need something on the roundabout. The roundabout's just too big and too plain. In real life, you normally have something on the roundabout like a tree or at least some grass. So please, PRC, as you can see here, just add some grass on the roundabout. And someone suggested this, a statue on the roundabout. So maybe we receive a statue of some of the developers. And whoa, this might actually be one of the best photoshops of this video, a ladder truck revamp. And wow, look at this ladder truck revamp. This is incredible. And the PRC developers said that later this August, we are seeing a updated fire truck. And maybe we could even see the ladder truck being updated with a power truck that people have been wanting to see for a very long time, and I think it would work very well. So let's hope we will see this added to the game. And wow, this is probably one of the best suggestions we've had so far in this video. As you can see, over 100 upvotes on this. So when your vehicle catches on fire after taking enough damage, make it so the fire spreads around the vehicle, eventually fully engulfing it. So they've basically taken how the house fires work at the minute with the fire spreading and added it to the vehicle fires, and the vehicles definitely need an upgrade with the current fire system. So if the fire spreads and caught your whole vehicle on fire, this would be incredible for not only roleplay but just for more realism and immersion in game. And I think this is a very cool feature, which I hope we see added to the game. Look at this, add new call types for FD. So here we have the high severity, medium severity, and low severity. And look at some of these calls. A small garbage fire near Liberty Cafe. Please, we need garbage fires. It's something that everyone's wanted. Dumpsters around the map would catch fire and you would have to go put them out. I think would be great adding a new lower severity call to the game. It would be cool if they kind of categorize the calls into these severities, and I think would be a lot more realistic. Maybe that's a cool suggestion to consider adding to the game at some point, but out of all this, definitely adding garbage fires would be incredible. This one here, FD emergency signals. This would be very cool, and something like this outside of the fire station, warning drivers that a fire engine might be pulling out the station. Maybe a sign or even some lights that could maybe be triggered by a button, or even triggered when opening the station doors, or triggered when a call starts. I think it would be a very cool thing to see, and it would just add a lot of realism. So hopefully we'll see this at some point. A small feature, but a very cool one indeed. Another one here, and something I've wanted for a very long time, a new hospital. And the hospital is definitely a building that needs updating, and in the latest update we saw loads of buildings actually revamped, including the gas station, which is one of the oldest buildings in game to actually be updated, but the hospital is even older. This thing has not been updated in years. It lacks so much detail compared to some of the buildings nowadays in the game, and it just needs updating overall, from the gear to the job to the building itself. And they could add a lot more features to the roleplay job itself, and a building which they have loads of room to work with. Now, vehicle tints. This is something that everyone's been asking for since vehicle interiors were added, and this would be amazing to see in game. Maybe using a slider to be able to change your vehicle tint, and this would be great for roleplays. Being able to get pulled over because of your vehicle tint would be incredible, and it's definitely something the developers have said they are working on, so hopefully we'll see this some point soon. And yet another one going over ambulance interiors, and yes, please add ambulance interiors, but also fire truck interiors. Think how cool this would be, going around in the interior of a fire truck. This would be incredible for every aspect of the game, just making everything much better, and interiors for a fire truck would just be incredible. So please, if you are going to add other fire trucks, please add interiors to them. It would just take the game to a whole different aspect within the fire team. And look here, we have a whole range of new features, which some of these are very cool. Add a portable fan for ventilation. This would be great on the fire team to actually have a portable fan which you could place in buildings, and it would blow the smoke away and clear the smoke. That would be so cool and realistic. Make the smoke react to airflow. I guess that ties in with the portable fan, which would be cool. Add ceiling slashable cutting tools with a saw or axe to vent heat. That would be very cool, and it would be great to see the pike pole actually have a use in the game, and the ability to raise slash lower the structure would be very cool. So a lot of cool suggestions here, and hopefully we'll see some of these added to the game. Some smaller suggestions here, but still some very cool ones, is adding the stop slash slow sign, which is currently on DOT, so the police or even the fire department team, this would be so great for traffic control and would literally take the developers seconds. All they need to do is copy and paste the sign, and I'm sure it would make a few people happy. So I guess that's a cool one to see, and it would be great to see that added to more teams. Next up, adding the functionality to make these doors by the counter at the new gun store swing. Just like how the other doors swing, I'd love to see these swing, and it would just add more immersion, which would be incredible to see. Moving the laptop up a bit so you can actually see it from where you are sitting, and moving the ELS control panel from the center console to the front dashboards, which is much more realistic, would be cool things, and it would mean you'd actually be able to see this detail in game, since at the moment your arms or your passenger basically blocks these small detail. So definitely moving them around a bit so you can actually see them would be a great change. Add the sprinter van to the fire department. Yes, PRC, please add the sprinter van to the fire department. This would be an incredible vehicle for all sorts of stuff in the fire department. You could use it for so many different things, from a equipment van to a command center to even an ambulance in European servers. This would be such a great vehicle that could be used for a variety of reasons on the fire department, and I definitely think it is worth adding to the fire department. It'd be such a cool update and would be great to see, so hopefully we'll see this added to the fire department very soon. But overall, some very good suggestions, and if you do have any, make sure to let me know down in the comments or in my Discord server. But I do hope we will see some of these added in the update later this month. But thank you guys for watching this video. Please do subscribe if you did enjoy. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, but I guess I'll see you guys in my next video.